What do people feel when they hear your church's name? That feeling is your brand, not just your logo or tagline, but the story, mission, values, and experience people associate with your church. After 2 decades observing what works for tens of thousands of churches, we at Vanco have identified the 5 key components of strong church branding, along with the practical steps to make the process simple. Your church's mission statement is the heartbeat of who you are. It should answer this fundamental question: why do we exist? A strong mission statement is clear, memorable, and specific to your church's unique calling. It reflects your biblical foundation while pointing to the tangible ways you live out your faith. For example, to let people into a growing relationship with Jesus Christ through authentic worship, biblical teaching, and compassionate outreach. Notice how it focuses on purpose, approach, and values, all in one sentence. Your mission statement should guide every sermon, ministry, and community interaction. It's not just for the bulletin, it's for decision-making, direction, and alignment. Now, let's talk about your vision statement. This answers, where are we going? While your mission grounds you in purpose, it's aspirational but achievable, something your congregation can rally behind. For example, to be a church known for transforming lives and communities through radical generosity and Christ-centered discipleship. The best vision statements inspire, they stir hearts, and they help your team measure progress, not just in numbers, but in impact. Together, your mission and vision shape your brand identity. They tell the world who you are, what matters most, and what you believe God has called your church to do. Crafting and wordsmithing these can seem like a challenge, but they don't need to be with the right tools. In our study guide, you'll find 2 free guides, one specifically for vision statements and one specifically for mission statements. Along with that, we created a free bot and prompts that walk you through the process, helping you to wordsmith the perfect vision and mission statement. We want to do everything we can for you to make the church vision and mission statement process as easy as possible. To simplify, go to the link within the study guide. It's this 50+ free chat prompts for church leaders and pastors. Scroll down, find the church mission and vision statements. It'll anchor you right here. There is an instructional video here, just in case you need some extra help. However, the process is pretty simple. The best way is to use this full prompt. Simply copy the whole thing. It's kind of long, so you just have to scroll all the way down to the bottom asterisk right here. Beneath it are a couple bots, although I do see better results for this one with the specific prompt. And all you have to do is copy and go into ChatGPT, paste it in, and now ChatGPT will act as a bot. And it will go through and ask each of the questions. Depending on how often you've used ChatGPT in the day, it may ask all the questions at once or one at a time like it's doing right here. It really doesn't matter how it does it. Just answer all of its questions with as much detail as you can. We find it is usually better if you involve committee members in the process along with your church leadership. Just to illustrate how this might work, I'm going to fill in details for a fictional church called Vanco Valley Church. I put in 5 things here that I think make Vanco Valley Church unique. You don't need to go into a lot of details. And then it asks who you are trying to reach. And this is particularly important for the vision statement. I'm going to put the unchurched. I think they're a good group to reach. And then it's going to want a Bible verse or passage that really represents your church. I just picked one that I really liked. maybe you and your committee want to noodle on this a bit more. And then it's going to ask about a few of the ministry programs at the church. You don't have to go into all of them, just pick the top 3. And then it asks, what words and phrases do people in your congregation use when describing your church to others? This is where committee help can come in handy. Next up, it asks, what's your biggest hope for your church's impact in the next 5 to 10 years? I said the biggest hope for Vanco Valley Church's impact in the next 5 to 10 years is to see a thriving multi-generational congregation that is actively making disciples, expanding outreach efforts locally and globally, and establishing new campuses to reach even more people. And last of all, it's going to ask if you have any existing taglines, mottos, or statements you want to preserve elements from. And this is important just for continuity. It's good to have that continuation from your old mission and vision statements to your new versions. And now it gives a series of mission statements and vision statements. Each statement is less than 155 characters, which works well for a mission and vision statement. And if you scroll down, you'll see a top recommendation here. And it shows one mission statement and one vision statement. We like to structure a lot of our prompts this way because it makes the robot iterate and then analyze its iterations to choose the best version. So it's just making it think a little bit harder for you. And if you're wondering why it thinks the pairing of the mission and vision statement works, it gives its reason. You can choose one of the other vision or mission statements, or you can simply ask it to generate more options. So I said, I don't like these, generate more options. And that pretty much covers how to create a mission and vision statement the easy way. If you would like to get more in depth on mission and vision statements, we did create 2 guides, one for vision statements and one for mission statements. And you can find those links within the study guide. Mission and vision statements are a good start, but what sets your church apart? Maybe it's your deep community involvement, your engaging youth program, or your commitment to social justice. These differentiators become your church's unique value proposition. Now let's talk about your voice. Your church's voice should be as distinct as your pastor's preaching style. Whether you're warm and conversational or direct and bold, your tone should stay consistent across bulletins, sermons, social posts, and even signage. Once you have your unique value proposition and understand the direction of your church's voice, you can build your church's tagline. It's essentially your church's elevator pitch. It's designed to be short, memorable, and rich in meaning. Think, come as you are, faith in action, or a place to belong. Now let's shift to visuals. Your church logo design should be simple, symbolic, and scalable. It should look great on everything from coffee mugs to worship slides. Avoid outdated imagery or overly complex graphics. There are plenty of tools out there if you're not a designer or don't have access to one. Tools like Canva, Hatchful, and Design Evo make creating or refining your church logo easy and free. You can find the links to these tools and more by simply going to the study guide in the notes. From there, you'll be able to access each one. Using each of these tools is really easy. The learning curve is very short, so you should be able to quickly pick up on them and build yourself a great looking logo. Aside from your logo, there's color and typography to think about. Stick to 3 to 4 colors that reflect your church's emotion and mood. Blues signal trust, greens growth. Warm tones create a sense of welcome. For fonts, balance tradition and readability. A clean serif or sans serif will keep your materials legible and modern. And here's a big one, visual cohesion. Your website, social feeds, flyers, signage, they all need to feel connected A brand guide is your secret weapon to ensure everything looks like it came from the same place. Now that you have the basic brand elements set, you'll need to have some sort of brand guidelines. Why is this important? Imagine this scenario. Every Sunday slide, flyer, social media post, and bulletin looks completely different. Different colors, different fonts, different tone. It doesn't feel cohesive, and visitors feel it too, portraying a church that is driftless. And for folks seeking connection and direction, such as newcomers and even members, they're looking for your church to give it to them. That's where a church brand guide comes in. It's more than just a design manual. It's your church's communication blueprint. It helps every staff member, volunteer, and ministry team speak with one unified voice. It doesn't need to be very in-depth. It simply needs to detail the following elements. The first is mission and vision statements, which we talked about, and then logo guidelines. For example, show how your church logo should and shouldn't be used. Include versions for light and dark backgrounds, minimum sizing, and spacing rules. You want your logo to look clean and professional, whether it's on a t-shirt, website, or street sign. The third is color palette. Define your primary and secondary colors. 4. Typography. Ideally, you want 1 to 2 main fonts for headings and body text. Prioritize readability and consistency. Avoid trendy fonts that age quickly or ornate scripts that are hard to read on a mobile screen. The fifth one is tone and voice. Provide examples, including sample captions, event invites, and announcement slides, so your team knows how to write in your church's voice. Number 6 is image guidelines. What types of photos reflect your church? Smiling volunteers, baptisms, worship in action? Define your visual style so media teams can choose imagery that aligns with your values. The 7th is templates and assets. Make life easier. Include ready-to-use templates for flyers, presentation slides, and social media posts. Add a link to your brand asset folder so your team can grab logos, color swatches, and design files on demand. The 8th is examples of good and bad usage. This is one of the most helpful parts of any brand guide. Real examples help everyone stay aligned, especially when working quickly. A strong brand guide does not limit creativity. It unleashes it. When your team knows the rules, they can build with confidence. And when your materials look sound and feel unified, your message becomes unmistakably clear. Here's something we all know deep down. Facts inform, but stories transform. If your church wants to connect, not just communicate, storytelling is the bridge. When people visit your church website or scroll past your Instagram post, they're not just looking for your service times. They're looking for a reason to care, a reason to stop, a reason to say, this place understands me. And stories are how you show them. So what makes a church story powerful? It's not perfection. It's not polish. It's honesty, hope, and transformation. Tell the story of a single mom who found community, the teen who discovered identity and purpose, the skeptic who came with questions and stayed for the love. These stories do more than warm hearts. They reinforce your mission. They bring your brand values to life in a way no tagline ever could. A great story turns your church's what we do into why it matters. Let's break down where storytelling fits in your brand. The first one is on your website. Use short, real testimonials to make your digital presence feel personal. Add video clips or written blurbs on your homepage or ministry pages. Let visitors see themselves in the stories you share. The second is on social media. Skip the stock images, Feature members, volunteers, local impact. Use captions that invite reflection or questions. Here's an example. When Sarah first walked through our doors, she wasn't sure she'd stay. 2 years later, she leads our welcome team. The third is in your sermons. Incorporate personal testimonies or member spotlights into your teaching. When people see others living out the message, it becomes real, tangible, inspiring. The fourth is outreach and giving campaigns. Don't just say support our mission. Tell a story of someone whose life has changed because of that mission. Use photos, quotes, and short videos that highlight transformation. The fifth is in volunteer and new member materials. When people join your community, they want to know what kind of story they're stepping into. Share legacy stories, how your church began, key moments of impact, and personal testimonials that say, you belong here. If you're looking for help with new visitor or member materials, we have a free church visitor kit, which you can download for free. Simply visit our study guide and you'll find the link there. The sixth and final one is reviews. We mentioned reviews in our last session, and we're mentioning them again because they truly are important. Though you might not think of them as a story, they indeed are. They tell about someone's experience within the church. As we mentioned in our other videos, we find that Google reviews are the most helpful for gaining visibility in a local map pack, but reviews on Facebook or anywhere else help. Don't be shy to ask long-term members to leave a review, and include flyers with your review QR code within your church to encourage more reviews. If you forgot how to maximize reviews on Google, we explain it in our Google guide. Here's a truth that's easy to forget. Branding isn't a one-time project. It's a living part of your church. And like any living thing, it needs regular care. Once your brand is out in the world, across your website, signage, emails, and social platforms, it's time to ask, is it working? Start with data. Look at your website analytics. Are more people visiting your site? Are they staying long enough to learn about your ministries? Are giving and attendance rising? Are your social posts generating comments and shares? But the numbers only tell part of the story. Ask your congregation, can they describe your church's mission in one sentence? Do they feel the branding reflects who you are? Have visitors mentioned your digital presence? These qualitative responses offer vital clues about your brand's real-world impact. And remember, even with the best intentions, branding can drift. That's why regular brand audits are essential. Look for gaps. Is your mission still clearly communicated? Are your visuals still relevant? Do your sermon graphics still reflect your church's tone? We covered a lot in a short time, which is why we're offering a study guide jam-packed with free materials. It has 15 tools to strengthen your brand, welcome visitors, and grow your church in ways that really matter. But there's more. Because just like we don't want you missing out on those resources, we also don't want you to miss out on what's next. Vanco's built 3 smart, easy-to-use tools that bring your brand to life across every corner of your church, from how people give to how they engage. And trust me, they're built to make a big impact with very little lift.